Hey guys, Dogmeat and I are here to open my new loot crate, my Fallout loot crate, unsurprisingly. And I actually got this dog meat from the previous one-off loot crate, which is how I heard they were a thing in the first place. I wanted to get the hoodie in it for my boyfriend, and by that I mean I really wanted this dog meat. That was before Bethesda started selling them online individually, but his goggles are slightly different, so clearly, well, that was important. So it's big. It's got Vault Boy. Hope I'm not breaking anything. I don't really get the loot crate thing exactly. I guess I signed up for the subscription service, even though I thought it was a one-off, but I guess it's like a, publishers Time Warner thingies back in the day where you get 460 CDs for 11 cents, but then you're automatically re-enrolled. People who are under 21 will have no idea what I'm talking about. And honestly, I'm glad I'm re-enrolled because that means I don't have to try to make an adult decision and not re-enroll because I want the toys. With this one, they got me with custom Fox figure. Foxes from Fallout 3. So the box is pretty cool. I like power armor, but I'm always more of a sucker for being a more Mad Max-esque, like gas mask wearing wanderer type. The power armor is so iconic, but plus, the Brotherhood of Steel are such assholes. They're even condescending in 3, where they. Ooh, I'm sorry, I'm being really distracted by this. Oh my god, tunnel snakes do not rule. Tunnel snakes suck. The first time I played Fallout 3, I was just getting back into video games, and I barely knew how to walk, like without walking into walls. So I did not mean to let Butch's mother die, but I didn't even know how to fight off like the rad roaches, I think, that attack her. And so she died, and I took her vodka, which is a very YA sort of melodramatic beginning for my leaving the vault saga. But I still felt bad because I would have saved her. She didn't raise Butch right or whatever, but that wasn't. I have guilt feelings about this still, but people are really into Butch actually, which I always found weird. I only recently discovered in Broken Steel that you can find him again, and you can make him your companion. But I was too busy being buddies with Dogmeat and Fox in Fallout 3 to even worry about it. So ridiculous tunnel snakes hoodie, which is amazing. It actually looks really comfy and it's soft and warm. It says 101. Unfortunately, it's not a zip. Zip front hoodies are better. I guess this crate is like Fallout 3 themed. I know people whine a lot on Reddit that no one remembers New Vegas, and they totally should have had more, like merchandise about it and stuff. But I also feel like 3 gets the short end of the stick as well. Seems to be a coffee mug here. I should be like opening this very carefully, but I really want to be like shot at Christmas. Like, got a mug. I love mugs. Mugs and hoodies. This is why all of this, like, having too much merchandise from a game you like thing is so tempting, because who doesn't need like 30,000 mugs? I know I do. Oh, cool. It's got a lady and everything. I'm still so bitter that there's no Lone Wanderer action figure. Like, in fact, even in the mystery minis, the blind boxes, the Lady Lone Wanderer is like the rarest one of all. And they made a power armor action figure and a guy in sort of generic vault suit action figure, and didn't make a lady one. It drives me crazy because I really want one. She's a lady with like a super sledge or a regular sledge. I love this already. I'm really excited. All right. This, I think, is the thing that they told me on Reddit. This is the incentive to get all of the crates. I guess that means there are going to be 6. And so this might be the sort of bullshit part. But, you know, looks power armor-y, obviously. I don't know if it's an action figure thing of some kind. I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking again of the too much time I spend on Fallout Reddit subthreads. And, like, I get the Brotherhood of Steel has that badass power armor and stuff, but they're so condescending, and even vaguely fascist. Like, I can't be the only one who immediately wants to kill them all in New Vegas because you meet them when they put an explosive collar on you. But people are like, ooh, Veronica, she wants a dress. She's voiced by Felicia Day. I'm like, I know, but, you know, you have the followers of the apocalypse instead, like anarcho-syndicalists, total badasses. You have the kings. Like, they're just better options, you know? Okay, so this is what we're doing here. At least they, you know, they started off with a power armor head, so you're not totally disappointed with one box if you don't end up getting them all. I think that's fairly savvy if you're going to do the kind of cheap dividing into 6 parts thing. I guess they're hooking me. It's working for me. It might not work for you. So I'm going to build a power armor guy, I guess, if I keep subscribing. So that's actually pretty cool. And then the bottom here. Oh. I think this might be a placemat. Not only do I love these games, the aesthetic just kills me, even if it doesn't make sense, you know, the retro future nonsense. And part of it for me is starting as a history nerd and then reading nuclear fiction like On the Beach and watching the show Jericho, watching really traumatic stuff like Testament and The Day After, and just reading a bunch of other books. Canticle for Leibowitz, which is one of the most beautiful, disturbing books you'll ever read. And also watching all of the, you know, Bert the Turtle, Duck and Cover shit. And, you know, you go on YouTube and you see videos from the actual 50s, actual awkward cartoons that basically look like the Fallout 4, you know, the What Makes You Special series of things, like the supposed to be instructional, post-apocalyptic video things. And you'll see all these comments, oh, it's like Fallout, and then there'll be 2 other history nerds maybe commenting going, oh my god, it's not Fallout, this is actual history. But if you go forward from history to Fallout games, it still works. You know, it's still intriguing. So, yeah, I guess this is a placemat. It's very small. It sort of has the texture of like a car mat, but whatever. I guess this is telling me what's in my crate. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a mouse pad, like a really big mouse pad. I don't even have a mouse on this computer. I should. This is kind of a fun graphic. They're such good graphics. There was one on the Bethesda website where there's Mr. Handy walking a bunch of dogs. Oh, God, I wanted that for no reason. Someday I'm going to talk to you guys about how the Vault-Tec salesman is the most disturbing character in Fallout 4, and he really troubles me. So many levels. But now, the final piece, the thing that they got me to subscribe for, because I am a sucker, but I love toys and Fallout so much. We have my buddy, my favorite super mutant. No offense to Strong, who I've only spent a little bit of time with. Let's not break awesomeness. Okay, no spoiler alert, it's Fox. As I said, I heard the words exclusive Fox figurine. I was like, well, better subscribe. You gotta do it. He doesn't look exactly the way I remember, in spite of the it being sort of, I don't know, the graphics in Fallout 3 are so ancient by certain standards that I think they had to do sort of updating. Unfortunately, his face reminds me just a little bit of a Goosebumps book. I'm trying to remember which one, and I can't even place it, even though I read them all when I was like 11. But that association isn't ideal, but you know, he's not supposed to be a handsome fellow, obviously. He's a super mutant. He is, you know, our classiest super mutant that we meet. He is one of my favorite companions in the series, and one of the first ones that I spent a lot of time with besides Fallout 3's Dogmeat. And rescuing Fox is so satisfying, and if you played Fallout 3, you know that you rescue him from his cell in the vault, and then he leaves, and it's frustrating because you immediately think he's awesome and you want him to stay and be your companion. But then later, you come out of the Enclave's base, and there he is with his laser, just cleaning up, and it's one of the extremely memorable, triumphant moments from playing that game that I really enjoyed. One that did not end badly at all, the way it did with my poor Liam Neeson Papa. And it also didn't involve communism being a lie. But yeah, I am a sucker for Fox. So even if the design is not exactly my cup of tea, I think maybe the problem is it looks a little modern, even if though it reminds me of kind of a Goosebumps book. Super mutants aren't exactly the retro future feel out of all the other things, you know, Mr. Handies and Protectrons and stuff. But at the same time, he looks he makes me think of an action figure more and less like, you know, my Protectron from the Mystery Minis that I absolutely bought on eBay because it was too rare and I needed him as soon as I saw him. I love Protectrons. You know, there's not the retro aesthetic at all. But you know, he's still Fox. Like, he still has my back, and I know that. So, on the whole, I'm pretty into this box, I will say. And I will not have the self-control to cancel the service, because that's just not who I am. Plus, the second one should come out, like, around my birthday. So, you know, so much the better. I think he has, like, a stand situation here, actually. So I think I'm supposed to put him here. You know, I'm not gonna make you watch me attempt to put him together like so, but I'm excited about him. Stay. It's a good box. I'm excited by the, you know, consistency of the sweatshirt. It feels comfortable already, even if the tunnel snakes are not quite my jam. It does say Capel Wasteland on the back, so that's kind of sweet, once again. And I'm, you know, it's winter, so that does help. But again, I'm almost, aesthetics-wise, I'm almost the most excited by the mug. And, like, no one's going to spend $45 for a mug. Or $40, whatever this was. But I just love that it's a lady, and it's got, you know, it looks like somebody's really good art on Etsy or something, which does exist, I promise. Oh, it says welcome home there. That's very sweet. I like that. All right. Well, from Dogmeat and I, that is the unboxing of the very first Fallout loot crate. Say it's generally a success. If you're a total sucker, capitalist whore for Fallout-y goodness, you probably already have it, so you didn't need to watch this video. But maybe I'll do another one next time I get a crate.